Okay, so hello there kids. Today we are going to learn how to draw an angle using a protractor and of course a pencil. So, first things first, to draw an angle, you need to know the basics that you would basically be using two lines. Okay, and knowing that these two lines should meet at one common point which is called the vertex. Okay? Vertex. Okay, so hindi klaro dito sa sinusulat ko. Anyway, you should know that vertex is where the two lines meet. Okay? This is called our vertex. Lakyan ko na lang konti. That is called a vertex. So, to draw an angle, basically measuring, no, for example, drawing a specific angle. So, yung first na kailangan yung gawin muna is to draw a horizontal line. It is important for you to draw one horizontal line muna as your base. If you wish to make use of the whole line, okay lang. Pero as long as it goes more than half. Why do you need to go more than half? Because if you're only going to draw a short line, it will be difficult for you to draw the angle later because maliit lang siya. So, dapat you will be able to see the point that goes more than half the measurement of the protractor. Okay? So, in other words, kung maggagawa kayo ng baseline ninyo, make sure to at least occupy a certain space. So, for example, in this case, I want to measure it more than half of the protractor, no, that you're using. So, I can draw it up to here. Okay? So, ganyan. So, that's the first step, no? So, second is setting up your vertex. You can either choose your vertex to be here or here. It depends on you. Talagang nasa sa inyo lang yan. Okay? It depends on where you want to set it up. So, in my case, I will put or set my vertex here. Okay. Why is it that you can basically set your vertex anywhere you want? Because usually, protractors, you have two ways to write or draw an angle. As if you notice, okay, although it's not written, at this point, you see a 0 here, and from this 0, it goes from 0 all the way to 180. And like what I've noticed in the past videos or in the past lessons natin, that a straight line basically refers to a total measurement of 180 degrees. Okay? So, that's one way. Starting from this point, going all the way here to a certain angle, or you can also make use of this smaller path which goes from this point, 0 din yan, obviously, 10, 20, 30, 40, and so on until it reaches the other end, which is flat 180 as well. Okay, so after setting up your vertex, take note that this is where your vertex should be as well. Okay? Yung meeting point na yan ng protractors ninyo. And this line that you see should be aligned with the line that you drew earlier. Okay? So, ipapakita ko lang. So, which means, I'll try to match it first. Okay. So, if you notice, the vertex is now exactly where yung sa ruler. Okay. So, if you notice, nandiyan na talaga yung vertex sa gitna, itong part na to. Okay, it's quite difficult for me to hold it while pointing at it. Okay, ganyan. And the line, if you notice yung line naman natin, line ng protractor, should also be aligned to the line that you drew earlier. Okay? So, ganun kailangan yung basic natin. So, if you notice, okay, then again, the line that you drew earlier should be aligned to the baseline of the protractor. Okay. So, in this case, ano nga bang pinapa-draw sa atin? So, technically, wala pa. So, isa-set natin let's say you're tasked to draw 40 degrees. So 40 degrees, ibig sabihin that from this, since yung vertex nyo is here, this should be equivalent to 0. Okay? Again, vertex nyo, align. Take note that this should be, not this one, not I'm just holding the protractor here. Okay? So what I'm trying to say is that you should start counting from 0, which means you should take the smaller path, not the bigger path. Kasi if you notice, this is already 180. So, iti-take nyo yan, ang itong path na to, that starts at 0, which is in this case nga lang, it's not written on the protractor. So, 0, 10, 20, 30, 40. Then, if you see 40 there, try natin i-zoom in ng konti. Zoomed in version, you can see how dirty the protractor is. So anyway, 10, 20, 30, 40. So sa 40 na yan, straight line, at this point, you'll mark a small dot there. That marks the 40 degrees. Then, pwede nyo nang tanggalin. And all you have to do now is to join this point and this point by drawing a line. So, ibig sabihin at this point to this point. Then, pag mahawakan nyo na yan ng maayos, all you need to do is just to draw the line. Okay? So, ganun lang. Then, erase yung mga na-overlap at some point. Okay. So, that is basically one way to draw itong angle na to. Now, what if you want to draw it the other way around? Kasi, syempre, Teacher Mark, I want to draw it this way. Sige. Pwede natin i-draw yan. Again, you are tasked to draw 40 degrees. First things first, again, is to draw your horizontal line. Baseline nyo yan. And since you want to draw it this way, like yung sa illustration kanina, this way, your vertex should be here. Okay? Diyan yung vertex ninyo. And then next step is to align the vertex and also the straight line. Okay, not this ha. You are not going to align it dyan. Huwag i-align dyan, but instead, yung sa line na nandyan sa gitna ng protractor. Okay. Align the vertex. Make sure that the vertex is there and this line is aligned with the line that you drew earlier. And since you're going to, yung opposite sa first drawing natin kanina, so which means this should be marked as 0. So, if you notice, you now have your 0 here. Kanina kasi yung 0 nandito sa kabila. Okay? Siyempre, when we count, we start at 0. So, from 0, again, to 40. 0, 10, 20, 30, 40. Mark it there. Then, again, combine nyo lang yan, yung 2 points nyo. Draw the line. And that's it. You now have your 40 degrees. So that's basically how you draw an angle. Okay?